everybody, welcome you all. Today's topic of discussion is Professor Emile Durkheim's views on suicide. You see, Professor Emile Durkheim wrote a book with the title Lee Suicide, which was published in the year 1897 AD. In that book, Professor Durkheim developed his sociological perspective or sociological approach related to the theory of suicide. Before going to make a detailed discussion related to Professor Durkheim's theory of suicide, first of all, I will be telling you what is the meaning of suicide. You see, if you make a derivation of the word suicide, that is a combination of two things. First is sui, S-U-I, sui. Second is side, C-I-D-E. Sui means self, side means killing. So killing oneself is called suicide. So the act of killing oneself is called suicide. Professor Durkheim, before developing his sociological perspective on suicide, at the outset he studied or went through the theories related to suicide given by earlier thinkers. Earlier there were psychologists, biologists, climatologists and geographers who had discussed about suicide. Psychologists were of the opinion that a person commits suicide because of psychological depression, or in other words I can say psychological depression, utter frustration or mental alienation. These are the factors responsible for suicide discussed and described by psychologists. Then the biologists developed their views related to suicide by putting the fact that suicide is hereditary by nature. It means if a person's father had committed suicide, if a person's grandfather or grandmother had committed suicide, then the person is having higher possibility of committing suicide. So in this way, suicide is linked with genetic factor, linked with hereditary factor. Biologists, they discussed like this. Then came the climatologist and geographer. Geographer and climatologist, they are of the opinion that suicide is linked with the climatic condition as well as geographical location of a country. For example, they say people of cold climatic countries or regions are more prone to commit suicide than the people of warm or hot climatic region. Or in other words, I can say people of Europe and America are more prone to commit suicide than the people of Asia and Africa, because these regions are having warm climate while Europe and America is having cold climate. In this way, Durkheim studied the points of views of different thinkers. After studying all these points of view, at the outset, Durkheim outrightly rejected all these explanations related to suicide. How he rejected? Durkheim is of the opinion that suicide is a social fact. As it is a social fact, it must be discussed in terms of other social facts. Why? Because Durkheim's approach, I have told you earlier, is scientific approach. In science there is a law, or in science there is a principle. What is that principle? The principle of homogeneity of cause and effect relationship. Its meaning is that cause and effect must be of same type, would be of same nature. So Durkheim says suicide is a social fact. So suicide is a fact. So as it is a social fact, it must be explained in terms of other social fact. But in theories given by biologists, psychologists, geographer and climatologist, suicide being a social fact was explained in terms of extra social factors. Why extra social factors? What are the extra social factors? Mental alienation is not a social factor. Psychological depression is not a social factor. Climatic condition, geographical location is not a social factor. Apart from this, heredity but you can say gene, this is also not a social factor. So as these were not social factors, rather extra social factors, Durkheim says, no. Suicide being a social factor must be explained in terms of social factors, not in terms of extra social factors. But in theories given by biologists, psychologists, geographer and climatologist, suicide was explained in terms of extra social factors. So their scientific principle of homogeneity of cause and effect relationship was not observed, was not noticed. That's the reason at the outset, outrightly, Professor Emile Durkheim rejected the explanation given by biologist, psychologist, geographer and climatologist. Then what did Professor Emile Durkheim do? Professor Emile Durkheim selected two social factors, namely social integration and social regulation. And right now he tried to explain suicide on the basis of these two social factors. What is social integration? Social integration is also called social solidarity. What is that social integration or social solidarity? You see, I would be explaining you social integration like this, that social integration is a mechanism by which an individual is attached with a group. Group may be family, group may be religious group may be a political group may be the state, group may be the country, group may be the whole world. So social integration is a mechanism by which an individual is attached with the group, or in other words I can say social integration is a mechanism by which individuals are binded with each other. That is social integration. Then what is social regulation? Social regulation is a mechanism which mounts pressure upon the individuals of society to obey the rules of the society, or in other words I can say social regulation makes the life of the people disciplined. That is social regulation. So in this way, considering these two social factors, he tried to explain suicide, which is also another social factors. So you just draw this diagram that I will be doing here. Just you take on x-axis you take social integration, on y-axis you take social regulation. You see the left hand side of x-axis, that is minus side of social integration. That means left hand side of x-axis reflects social disintegration. Right hand side of x-axis, that is plus side. Plus side means it reflects integration and increasing integration also. Integration is increasing from 0 onward on right hand side. Then on y-axis you take social regulation. You see y-axis, upward side of y-axis, that is plus side, means social regulation is increasing upward. Then come to downward side. Downward means that is minus side. Minus side means social integration regulation is decreasing or deregulation is taking place. In this way you take two factors, that is social integration on the x-axis and social regulation on y-axis. You see, Durkheim did it. Then you do on the left hand side of x-axis, you write egoistic suicide. On the right hand side, that is plus, mention altruistic suicide. Y-axis, upward side, mention fatalistic suicide. Downward side of y-axis, that is minus means deregulation, mention anomic suicide. Remember this diagram properly. Durkheim's theory of suicide would become very, very easy for you to understand. So come to egoistic suicide. What is egoistic suicide? Egoistic suicide is a suicide which is committed by a person who is experiencing disintegration with a group, or detachment with the group. So a person who is not attached with his family, a person who is not attached with his religion, a person who is not attached with his relatives, a person who is not attached with his country, a person who is not attached with the whole world, that person is having a possibility of committing a type of suicide that is called egoistic suicide. Or in single sentence I can say, egoistic suicide is committed by the people experiencing disintegration or detachment with the society. Okay, right now integration started increasing. Possibility of committing suicide also started reducing. But you know, there is a saying that too much of everything is harmful, too much of everything is bad. Right now, person's integration with a group or society increased. It's good. His possibility of committing suicide got reduced. But it increased and surpassed beyond a desirable limit. Here the person is experiencing over-integration or over-attachment. So while a person is experiencing over-attachment or over-integration, that person may also feel tempted to commit suicide, because I told you too much of everything is bad. That proverb is there. So what is altruistic suicide? Altruistic suicide is a suicide which is committed by a person who is experiencing over-integration or over-attachment with the society. So in this way, on the basis of social integration, Professor Durkheim made a four-fold classification of suicide. Sorry, on the integration basis, he made a two-fold classification of suicide. Right now come to regulation, social regulation axis. You see, just look at the downward side of y-axis. Regulation is minus, means deregulation. So while the regulation of society upon a person reduces, means society is characterized by deregulation, or person's life is becoming highly deregulated or indisciplined, that person may feel tempted to commit a type of suicide that is called anomic suicide. Anomic suicide means a person whose life has become highly indisciplined or deregulated, that person may feel tempted to commit anomic suicide. Anomic has been derived from the root word that is anomy. Anomy means normlessness, regulationlessness, deregulation. This is the meaning of anomy. So a deregulated person, a highly indisciplined person, upon whose life the regulation of society has been reduced, that person may feel tempted to commit a type of suicide that is called anomic suicide. Then right now, regulation of the person, society on the person started increasing. his potential of committing suicide also got reduced. But regulation of society on the life of the person increased but surpassed, crossed beyond the desirable limit. As you know, the same saying, too much of everything is bad. While person's life became over-regulated, too much regulation, over-regulation person is experiencing. That over-regulated person may feel tempted to commit suicide, that is called fatalistic suicide. So, in single sentence I can say fatalistic suicide is a type of suicide which is committed by a person whose life has become over-regulated by the norms of the society, by the laws of the society. In this way, on the basis of social regulation also, Durkheim made a fourfold classification of suicide, made twofold classification of suicide, namely anomic suicide and fatalistic suicide. In this way, considering these two factors, namely social integration and social regulation, Professor Emile Durkheim made a fourfold classification of suicide. And the example that also I will discuss. Apart from that, I would also discuss what method was adopted by Durkheim. Here actually Durkheim adopted comparative method. What is that comparative method? From where Durkheim got the data for developing his theory of suicide? What are the examples of different types of suicide? Even I would also discuss why in 21st century India, in the era of globalization, rate of suicide among the farmers in our country over the last 20 years has been increasing at an alarming pace. In which situation a person will commit which type of suicide? All these things I will make a detailed discussion in my next class. So for today, let me wind up my class now. Thank you a lot. In the next class, everything related to suicide will be discussed in detail. Thank you.